Did you feel like you were an underdog that finale?
Yes, I did.
How did competing in this season compare to your first time in the competition in season 11?
Oh my God, I feel like I was two different people. Definitely in season 11, I was like 6-7 years younger, which when you're an adult, you think that doesn't make a difference, but it makes a world of difference in this circumstance, especially since you can gain so much experience in that time. I would say that this season was 1,000 times more competitive, more intense, just a totally different beast since we all knew what we were doing when we went in.
Yeah, did you feel like you approached the competition differently at all this time around?
Honestly, no. I kind of went in with the same frame of mind that was like, well, just do not get kicked off because that's bad. But when it came down to the actual challenges and stuff, it was just the scope of talent was insane.
Who did you think was your toughest competition this season?
Melissa, Gregory, Kevin, and Brian, for sure. But I also spent the most time with them. So I learned so much about them. Those four were intense.
Yeah. Your elimination in season 11 was definitely one of the most heartbreaking I think we've ever seen in all of the seasons of Top Chef.
I mean, you guys are in a tough position because you're the only two choices we have here. And we just got done telling you how much we loved your dishes.
Cooking is a team effort. And do you think that your team should be penalized for you? Or do you think you should resign?
I thought I did well enough yesterday to earn immunity today, Chef.
Stephanie, please pack your knives and go.
Nothing is more glamorous than getting kicked off for somebody else's food. I felt like a champ.
Yeah.
I was like, I could have won this whole thing. I made up stories after that. I was like, I might be the best. Well, no, I was pretty upset, but I was like, personally, I was pretty okay with it. It stunk at the time, but in hindsight, what a good way to go.
So how did you feel going into that final challenge?
Nervous because, you know, when you write a menu and stuff, you're like, this will go great. But in Italy, it's also very, very different. Like, you can't understand anything the packages say. You don't know if you're getting the exact product that you want. And so I was definitely overwhelmed. When it came to the cooking part, I had an absolute blast. Like, I was cool as a cucumber during that.
Did you feel like you were an underdog that finale?
Yes, I did. I did because I was. Way to put it. I mean, the challenge before, the last challenge that we did, I really had a great time. It was like I came into my own. But that was the first time I had gone into a challenge and been like, no, I think I got it. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. I definitely might have been a bit of a surprise to everybody.
So how were you feeling when you get to that final judges table and you're hearing all of the critiques from the judges?
If I can be completely honest, I was like, I don't think I won. I was like, I did my damnedest. If there were things that I could do differently, I absolutely would. But, you know, I was kind of like, Melissa's food is incredible. And I'm sorry to swear, I don't know if that's a good thing to do, but, like, her food is amazing, and it's very consistent. I knew that going up against Melissa was going to be incredibly difficult, which it was. And when she won, I was just as happy had I won, except I'm still not rich. Now she is. I went in there just being, like, really excited to have the opportunity and to do my best. And I really think that I did. Again, there's things that I would absolutely do differently. I would have changed the veal course 100% because that went awry. But I really loved the food that I put out. And more than that, I loved the space that it took to come up with the food.
It seems like you got a lot more out of this season of Top Chef than $250,000, of prize money.
Yeah, I came out of a debilitating depression, one that even now is really hard for me to put into words. And I lacked so much confidence and joy, and I was so unhappy. And since Top Chef, it's changed who I am for the better. It's made me much more confident, much more happy, and to get that out of any experience is greater than a win. And I've gotten a lot of really incredible messages from people that have also lost siblings or dealt with depression and stuff, and I didn't really anticipate the effect of that my story would have for them, and it's made me really happy that I can also show people that you might think your world's ending, but there's a lot to live for and to get through, and experiences you can have if you just take a chance.
So would you ever compete on Top Chef again, try again for the top title of Top Chef?
Girl, that'll have to be Top Chef Geriatrics. No. No, I do not. I mean, I said the same thing in 2014, whenever that was, whenever New Orleans was, that I would never do it again, and I did. It would have to mean that I would have to get even more than I did out of this season, and I don't know if that's possible. Also, if I leave my husband for one more, big chunk of time, I think he's going to start getting suspicious about where I'm going, because every once in a while I'll just be like, I'm going to leave for 2 months, and I'll be back. Don't you ever consider doing this to me, but I will be back. Right. I love you.
What have you been up to since Top Chef?
So I'm still a private chef, which I absolutely love. I love my job. I've gotten a lot of inquiries for people who have had to cancel their weddings, who are doing 6 to 10 person weddings now, so I'm very excited about that. And then I started this little web series on Instagram called My Shitty Little Kitchen. And they're just instructional cooking videos that I'm trying to prove to everybody that regardless, even if you don't have a gorgeous Padma or Ina Garten kitchen, you can cook and you can make some really cool things. So that's been the most exciting thing I've done, because it makes me really happy.
So I know you mentioned you would have done your veal course differently, or done something other than the veal course, but is there anything else you would have done differently this season, or do you have any regrets from this season?
I mean, in hindsight, there are some challenges, like the one where Sweet David showed up, the jar challenge, the family one. Mm-hmm. I forget what they called it. There were so many smarter things that I could have done that I didn't even think of, because I was like, just figure something out. But, I mean, if I changed anything, I don't know if I would have gotten to the finale. So I don't really have any regrets.
And what advice do you have for future Top Chef contestants?
Oh, wow. I've actually gotten so many DMs from people that are applying, and I'm like, good for you. The whole thing about Top Chef is you're taking one of the most public risks that you possibly can. So remember why you're there, which is because you're a great cook. But go in with 100% confidence, and don't doubt yourself, because there's a reason why you're there. It is an incredible adventure, and just take advantage of it.